This is CTV News, made for students by students.
Tonight on CTV Sports, Tim Miles, the face of Rams basketball, takes the job as Nebraska's head coach.
The Rams baseball team was host to Western State this weekend. Get your brooms out. They got a sweep in this one, Ryan.
Oh yeah, and we got a sit-down interview with the man himself, Coach McElwain. Stick around. So yeah, anyway, I went through the entire movie thinking her name was Catnip.
I thought it was Cactus.
It's Katniss Everdeen, all right?
Great movie, though.
Exactly. All right, well, welcome to CTV Sports. I am Ryan Greene, as always, joined by Ryan Hillman. Ryan Hillman, Final Four is set. Any surprises?
Baby. Louisville, making it their whole region, now in the Final Four. Gotta love North Carolina being out, because I'm a Dookie fan. I'm a Duke fan.
All right.
And Kansas, surpriser, but the biggest, Ohio State over Syracuse.
Yeah, Syracuse is out, but team I picked to win, Kentucky's still in it.
Fear the brow. Kentucky all the way.
Well, sticking with NCAA basketball, but going to CSU. Over the weekend, CSU men's basketball coach Tim Miles was named the new head coach of the University of Nebraska. Miles visited and toured the facilities early Friday morning with Nebraska Athletic Director Tom Osborne, which led to an offer that Miles, and frankly anyone, could not resist. He will now be paid, Ryan Hillman, take a seat, $8.7 million over the course of 6 years. He will be making double this year as what he was supposed to make this year at CSU, which was around $750,000. Now, Miles addressed the CSU team late Friday night before his press conference as the new Cornhusker head coach in Lincoln on Saturday morning. Coach Miles took the Rams to the NCAA tournament this year, ultimately losing in the first round. He posted a 71-88 record in his 5 seasons with the Rams, and over his 17-year career as college basketball coach, he had a winning record of 283 wins, 220 losses. Miles was just as impactful off the court as he was on the court, especially with all those Twitter pages, and he revitalized a struggling program when he took the reins in 2007. Coach Miles, we wish you and your family the best of luck. Moby Madness and Ram Nation will surely miss you. Now, with that being said, Ryan Hillman, the Rams basketball team still has a pretty deep talent pool. They've only lost 2 seniors, and Miles nabbed a couple of big men that should open up the court for our shooters. Do you think the Miles departure will affect this basketball team? You
know, I think we're fine. Look for Dorian Greene, senior guard, to step up and be the captain of this team once again. Miles took us 5 years ago. We were dirt, but now we're high in the sky dancing in the NCAA tournament. I think we're going to be fine. No worries here.
Okay, now athletic director Jack Graham went and got a big name like Coach McElwain from Alabama for the football program. Do you think he's going to do the same thing for the basketball program?
I hope so, because they deserve a great coach just like the football team. I don't know if we have any money left, though, that's for sure. But look for us to take someone from D2, that's where we got Tim Miles, or a big school, and grab an assistant coach and let him spread his wings here at CSU.
Well, like you said, we're going to have to see how much money the new athletic director, Jack Graham, wants to put into this basketball program. Either way, he might be receiving some backlash.
That's right.
All right.
Since Coach Miles' departure, athletic director Jack Graham announced the interim basketball head coach, Greg Smith. Smith was the NAIA Division II head coach of the year back in 2007. Before joining the Rams staff, Graham also said that Smith is being considered as a potential permanent replacement for Coach Miles.
If you're looking for a new pet, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy and loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. To find out more, you can visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Well, the expectations are pretty simple. You work your tail off every day, and every day you wake up, you come to work knowing that you're going to make a difference, and that's really what it is. You don't just show up on a Saturday and win. Wins are created in the off season, and what you do in the off season, and that's what we're trying to get across.
Now, that was Coach McElwain in my one-on-one interview with him last Monday, right before the first spring practice that Wednesday. The Colorado Rams finished up their third practice today under Coach McElwain. He praised the team's effort and enthusiasm after their first practice, but quickly found out, like the rest of us, how inconsistent the team can be by the second practice. McElwain made it public that the players demonstrated inconsistency in their focus and discipline, saying, "Our guys just don't quite understand what it is to be a champion on a daily basis. They don't understand how to practice yet. They don't understand how to finish," and I was really disappointed. But ladies and gentlemen, he was not done there. He added, "Right now, if we played a game today, I think a 7-year-old Pop Warner team could probably beat the heck out of us." Stern words from the new football coach. We'll see how it transitions to the field when we check out the spring game here in a couple of weeks.
After the water break, 2 former standout Rams come back to town. Ryan, the boys are back in town.
Oh, very nice. And we also have highlights from the CSU baseball team's latest victim in their 4-game winning hot streak. Stick around. We'll be back.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
As I said at the beginning of my remarks, Coach Mack's arrival does mark the beginning of the bold new era.
You know, one of those plans and one of those visions are taking a culture, taking a mindset, and not being afraid to think big.
I think as soon as that job opened up, everybody realized that Tim Miles was somebody that Nebraska would take a look at.
Now, everyone knows the old saying, if you want to make money, you have to spend money. With millions going to a new football coach, hundreds of thousands going to paying out the rest of Coach Fairchild's contract, the loss of head basketball coach Tim Miles, and talks of a new on-campus stadium that could cost up to $100 million, the new athletics department under Jack Graham has some concern over the direction of the athletics program. Where's the money going to come from? Will winning become a tradition? I mean, this all started back on December 1st with the firing of Paul Kowalczyk and the hiring of Graham. Next came the hiring of McElwain and the emergence of a new football conference. And now Tim Miles is gone. Again, Graham will hire a committee in search of possible Miles replacement. Media relations head Zach Gilbert resigned and took the same position for the Oakland Raiders. So in less than 4 months, athletics has a new athletic director, new football coach, new basketball coach, new media relations, a new possible stadium, and a new conference. Brian Hillman, a bold new era it is. We're just all hoping that the clean slate holds a bright future for Ram athletics.
This weekend, the Broncos added depth to the quarterback position as they added former Chicago Bear and Colorado State Ram Caleb Haney to the team. Haney graduated from Colorado State in 2007. In 2010, Haney played in the NFC Championship after Jay Cutler went out with an injury. The Broncos also added former Colorado State tight end Joel Dreesen. Dreesen was drafted by the New York Jets in 2005 and then traded to the Houston Texans. Dreesen played for the Texans for 5 seasons, catching 13 touchdown passes. Ryan, tell me what Dreesen and Haney will have to do to help out the new Broncos squad.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, this all started when Peyton Manning signed with the Broncos. Everyone's still worried kind of about his neck. Yep. So I think Caleb Haney could possibly see some playing time. I mean, I don't want that to happen, but it might. But Dreesen is definitely going to see time. He is the second tight end, and we all know Peyton Manning loves his tight ends. So I think he'll have a big role in this offense, get a few touchdown passes. But I got to be honest, I think they're both happy to be back in Colorado playing for the Denver Broncos.
The boys are back in town.
Exactly.
And Haney's got to love it, being under one of the best teachers he could ever be.
How could you not be?
Manning, one of the best quarterbacks ever.
Exactly.
All right, baseball is back, and the Rams were home for 4 games this past weekend. The Rams aren't having the best season compared to others as they are sitting at 10-16 on the season. This weekend, they took on the struggling Western State Mountaineers. Roll the highlights. It's baseball time, folks. Enough of that music. Let's get to the highlights. Travis Childs setting the tune with the strikeout. Bottom of the first. Tyson Martinez gets a hold of this one, smacks to the outfield, and drives in Ryan Spektek. Childs back on the mound, gets a ground out to end the inning right here. Still in the lead, though. 3rd inning now. Matt Kurtz at bat, gets a single, stand-up single here. But key to the game was steals. Rams had 5, and they drove all of these boys in to score runs. Rams go on to win 9-7. The Rams went on to sweep Western State, winning all 4 games, and are now on a 5-game winning streak. Let's now take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Rams. Next week, we take on the UNC Bears in Greeley. And huge, this starts conference play, which the Rams need to beat Northern Colorado if we want to go deep in postseason. And then next week after that, we take on CU. Always a good rivalry, no matter if it's baseball, football, or basketball. So the Rammies need to pull out this one. Don't go anywhere after the break. We have a new special segment that you don't want to miss. We'll be back.
Bring out the action hero in you. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I am now joined by Kayla Ertl in a brand new segment we like to call In Case You Missed It.
This is where we'll be talking about some of the weirder and wilder stories and videos from the sports world you might have missed.
All right, so let's kick it off with a CSU alum. Now, in case you missed it, during last week's Clippers-Hornets game, former Ram Jason Smith turned the ball over and then decided to go full-on Tonka truck on All-Star Blake Griffin.
Smith didn't even try to block the shot there. He just lowered his shoulder and bam! Woo! He was ejected from the game. But you know what? His fans still cheered him on as he left, and they were just excited to see a hit like that.
Oh, yeah. Now, Kayla, I'll admit that foul was probably a little harder than Blake was prepared for, but come on, Blake, you're 6'9" and all muscle. You have to get up from that. You can't jump over Kias and just lie on the ground pretending to be hurt.
Woo, no.
Come on. All right, well, Kayla, when was the last time you listened to Britney Spears?
You know, Britney is my girl. First concert I ever went to was Britney Spears, so I still like her no matter what she's been through.
All right, well, you may not want to listen to her again, especially now, because what you are about to hear is Minnesota Timberwolves basketball team doing a karaoke version of Hit Me Baby One More Time.
All right.
Let's take a listen.
Show me how you want it to be. To know now, because my loneliness is killing me. Baby, what is it now? Something wasn't right, yeah. Oh, baby, baby.
You know what? Martell Webster right there, really getting into it. Definitely my favorite.
All
and
right.
you know, if they ever start playing in the NBA, they kind of have a future right there. What do you think?
They'll definitely be great butchers, Kayla. My personal favorite was Michael Beasley just mumbling the entire song. That was fantastic.
That was great.
All right, final video for you. And in case you missed it, last week, John Grant Jr. of the Colorado Mammoth had one of the craziest lacrosse goals I've ever seen. Take a look at this. Now, Kayla, it was a good thing we created this new segment because even I almost missed this goal.
Well, you obviously were not the only one to miss this goal. The goalie was standing right there, and you know what?
Yeah.
This behind-the-back goal, he just could not stop it. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That was nice.
I mean, that was probably the best lacrosse goal I have ever seen. Haven't seen a lot of them, but that was very, very good.
Yes.
All right, Kayla, thank you for joining us, but now I'm going to send it back to Ryan Hillman on the desk.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Tweet us at CTV Sports Show for your thoughts on the state of the Ram athletics. We'll retweet you the best and like us on Facebook. For Kayla Ertl, Ryan Greene, and the rest of our great crew here, I'm Ryan Hillman. Have a great week.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Haley Pennington with your weather update. What a gorgeous weekend we had with sunny, clear skies, highs going all the way up to the 70s. Let's see if these temperatures are too good to be true. Here's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures are looking as high as ever this week for the end of March. Tuesday and Wednesday are getting up to mid-70s and lows going down to upper 30s. But Tuesday, winds will be getting up to 45 miles per hour. There will be a wind warning from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So just be very careful either driving or riding your bike on Tuesday. Thursday and the rest of the weekend is also looking very warm with 80 degrees, but don't be too fooled with the summer. That's all I have for you. I'm Haley Pennington. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.